What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing here, back with another video, and in today's video, guys, me going over Duet Abyss and specifically the combat basics. So as you guys know, Duet Abyss has been posting a bunch on their Twitter account, guys, and they've actually posted the combat basics number 1 and also the combat basics number 2. And so I wanted to go over both of the combat basics to pretty much explain all the, kind of gimmicks or the way combat is structured in the game, so that you guys know exactly how to go about it once the game is fully released. If you guys do enjoy videos like this, man, definitely make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, as we are on the road to that 2,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. We are closing in at the time recording this video at 1,700 subs, and if we have it by the time I post this video, then a major W. But I've been, super excited with the support on the channel, guys. You guys have been showing a ton, and yeah, I'm really excited for the release of Duet Abyss. It's less than a week now, guys. So yeah, with that out of the way, man, let's hop in and let's go over the information here. So yeah, so I actually did take all the images, guys, and put them on separate tabs like this, so we can actually go over it a lot easier now. As you guys can see, because it's just like a big image here, we can go through each of them one by one, and then we'll talk exactly what the features are. So let's start with the first one here, the Luno's combat basics number 1, adventure notes. So the first thing that we have here is going to be HP and shield. Your lifeline in battle, attacks drain your white shield bar first, and once the shield is depleted, damage affects your HP. Shields regenerate after a period without taking damage, and strategic positioning against tough foes is key. So pretty much what they're saying is that you definitely want to make sure that if you are running out of your shield, you got to definitely like hide and heal up, and you got to wait till your shield regens, because if your shield breaks, it's only your base HP at that point that will keep you alive. Now the next thing that we have here is going to be revive. Running out of HP does not mean defeat. You can revive and return to battle. Reviving grants brief invincibility, and revival chances are limited, so fight carefully. So yeah, you're only gonna have a few revives in your actual stage, guys, so you definitely want to be a little bit wary about using them, kind of back to back, or like and kind of spamming them, right? You definitely only want to use them a few times. But yeah, that is going to be the first 2 adventure notes. Now moving on to the third one here, guys, we have sanity and skills. So a vital combat resource, casting skills consumes sanity. Sanity regenerates slowly over time or quickly by collecting the sal volatile dropped in combat. Most skills have no cooldown, so you can cast repeatedly as long as you have enough sanity. So sanity is pretty much your energy system, guys. If you play Warframe, you'll know the energy system in that game is very cool. You can pretty much spam abilities. As long as a skill does not have a cooldown, you can literally spam it. And so that means once you have enough energy to be able to use that skill, you can just literally use it as many times as you want. So that is really cool. Now moving on, we have the next one being dodge. So use dodge to evade traps and powerful enemy attacks. Dodge have limited uses but can stack. Time it wisely to minimize damage taken. So that's going to be a really nice way to be able to dodge out of specific attacks, and another way to kind of dash as well. Now the next thing that we have here, guys, is going to be the sprint. So travel faster across the continent, hold the movement key and long press dodge to enter sprint mode. Once activated, you can release dodge and maintain the sprint. So there, that's another way where you're able to keep the momentum going, man. So you have dodge, you have sprints, and then I'm assuming next they're going to talk about the bullet jump. We'll see here. Yeah, helix leap. So that's the bullet jump. So let's hop into that. So perform long distance aerial movement with helix leap to reposition quickly. Master this technique to traverse terrain effortlessly during exploration or combat. So again, helix leap is really nice because it's just a way for you to be able to travel very, very quickly while running through your stages. Now the next thing that's actually new, guys, and it's something that they didn't have in CBT 1 or 2. This was probably in the latest NDA one, but grapple and grapple points. So grapple points are scattered across Atlasia, left by past adventurers to travel swiftly between cities and wilderness. Aim at a grapple point and press the interaction keys. So I think Genshin has this type of thing as well. If you see those little like things in Sumeru, or like I think they have them in like Natlan as well, but you'll see the little like thing floating in the sky. You'll press your button and then you'll grapple onto it. That's pretty much what that is. Now the final thing here, guys, is going to be the stance bar. So boss enemies have a stance bar. Each hit weakens their stance. Weakening the stance to a certain extent causes hit stun, and completely weakening the stance temporarily incapacitates the boss enemy. So you want to have enough damage to where you're able to break the stance bar so you can do a ton of burst damage on the boss's actual health. So that's going to be something that's going to be very important for boss fights, especially in your weeklies and when you get to the end game of Duet Abyss. Now moving on, guys, we have the next one here, which is going to be Ask Retribution. So bosses being stunned enter a vulnerable state, creating an opportunity for heavy damage. Additionally, approach and incapacitated incapacitated boss and press the interaction key to perform Ask Retribution, dealing massive damage. So this is pretty much just like a, I forget what they call it in Elden Ring, but like a riposte, that's what it is. So if you ever get the chance to, you know, kind of attack the enemy at the very end when they're like knocked down, that's how you'll get a vulnerable attack on the enemy, and it'll do a lot of damage. From what I remember, it did really good. Now the next thing here is going to be divide and destroy. So some bosses have destructible parts, each with independent HP. Destroying all parts also temporarily incapacitates the boss. So you can see here, if you break all of the arm, or I guess all of the legs of this boss right here, the opening will give up, and you'll be able to do the Ask Retribution on the boss itself. So there you guys go. Now moving on, guys, we have the combat basics number 2 now. So we went over combat basics number 1. This is the number 2 adventure notes here. So let's talk about the first thing being trial XP. So become an exceptional fox hunter requires both wisdom and combat experience. Gain trial XP through various methods, most commonly by upgrading characters, weapons, genie mons, and demon wedges. So trial XP, guys, is something that they actually took from Warframe. Warframe had a system where pretty much whenever you level up something on your account, it's gonna, you know, go to your overall account level. And that's what trial XP is. It's pretty much your account level. Now, moving on to the next one here, we have Resonance Boss. Reaching certain trial level milestones unlocks rewards like secret letters and sources for characters and weapons. Additionally, the Resonance grants stat buffs being shield, defense, HP, and attack. So it actually is incentivized for you to level up your trial rank, actually. Okay, so they definitely want you grinding out multiple weapons, multiple characters, making sure that you have as many of them leveled up so that you are getting these Resonance buffs. This is something that Warframe actually does not have. So that is pretty good for, you know, the general player base if you are trying to, you know, make sure you grind up every single character. Now moving on, guys, we have the elemental effects. In Atlasia, every Charon possesses unique elemental abilities. Dealing damage with weapons or skills triggers different effects based on the element. So you have a Nemo, Hydro, Pyro, Electro, Lumino, and Umbro, and can all stack periodic elemental damage. Lumino and Umbro have special properties. Lumino stacks periodic damage while refreshing a duration of all elemental bonus effects, and an Umbro stacks periodic damage while reducing the enemy's stance recovery speed. Pay attention to the relationship between different elements, as damage from advantageous elements is largely increased, while damage from non-advantaged elements is significantly reduced. So yeah, I mean, there's gonna be type effectiveness for bosses, for enemies, guys. That's gonna be something that's gonna be important. So if you have a character that, you know, let's say a Hydro character, the enemies are weak to Hydro damage, that means you're gonna be doing an absurd amount of damage to that type of character. Now moving on, guys, we have the weapon system, melee and range. Fox hunters can freely choose weapons for combat, equipping one melee and one range weapon simultaneously. Each category offers 6 distinct weapon types. Mix and match freely to create your unique combat style. And note that each character excels with specific weapon types, so choosing their preferred weapon maximizes their potential. But that does not mean that you're forced to run those certain weapons on those characters, guys. You can still run them on pretty much any character, which is the nice part of Duet Abyss. So in terms of the melee weapons, they have Great Sword, Dual Blades, Katanas, Polearm, Sword, and Whip Sword. And then for the range weapons, they have Bow, Grenade Launcher, Dual Pistol, Assault Rifle, regular pistol, and then shotgun. And then the final tab here, guys, damage types and attack patterns. Weapons have 3 damage types, each with unique advantages. Slash deals bonus damage to shielded enemies, Spike excels against high HP enemies, and Smash is highly effective against enemies with high stance. Even within the same weapon type, attack patterns can vary greatly. So yeah, I mean, that's going to be something that's very important, guys, knowing what kind of damage type to be using. If you have a weapon with really high spike and the boss has a ton of HP, that means you're going to be doing a lot of damage. If you have an enemy with a really high stance bar, you're going to need smash damage to really break that stance. So you guys kind of get the idea in terms of how this works. And Atlasia offers a vast array of weapons. Further combat insights await your discovery through adventure. So there you guys go, man. That is going to be the combat basics 1 and 2 for Duet Abyss. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below of the combat in Duet Abyss. Are you guys excited to be able to take advantage of a lot of these things that we talked about in today's video? Now, I definitely like a lot of the things that they've shown off. And one of the things that I actually didn't even know they were doing was these resonance buffs. These are really good. So this actually incentivizes players to level up weapons they might not think to actually use. You know what I mean? You have to actually level up a bunch of stuff now because you're gaining stats for having higher, you know, trial XP. So that's going to be something very, very important. Now, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below again of all this stuff, guys. But that's going to be it. I'm going to see you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. Have a good rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.